Well, good evening, everybody. It is great to be with you again. We're here on Facebook Live. I'm Adam Hutchison, and I'm the president here at Virginia Highlands Community College, and I'm so glad you're joining us for another one of these amazing events where you can find out more about a great program here at Virginia Highlands. And tonight, we are talking about nursing. That's right. We're going to talk about all the nursing programs that we have here at Virginia Highlands, and most importantly, we're going to tell you everything you need to know so that you can become a nurse. Now, even before the current pandemic, nursing and healthcare careers was one of the fastest growing employment opportunities anywhere in the country. In fact, employment rates for nursing are growing so fast, it is one of the top occupations in the country, and not just here locally, but across the nation. So if you look at the 100-mile radius around Virginia Highlands area, it's expected that by the year 2029, we'll need more than 85,000 nurses. 100-mile radius around Virginia Highlands, right here in Southwest Virginia, we're going to need 85,000 nurses. That's CNAs, LPNs, and RNs right here in Southwest Virginia. And here's the good news. Here at Virginia Highlands Community College, we train all three types of nurses, and we do a fantastic job, and that's why you're joining me tonight to find out more about a career in nursing. So, our message is really, really simple for you tonight. If you want to become a nurse, you can. And Virginia Highlands will help get you there all the way to the pinning ceremony and into that great career. Virginia Highlands is going to help you every step of the way, and tonight specifically we're going to answer 5 questions. So here they come. 5 questions for you right there on your screen. First, what does it take to become a nurse? Second, how much does that cost? Third, what are the different types of nursing? What's the difference between a CNA, an LPN, and an RN? Number 4, will there be a successful career at the end of your education? And most importantly, how do you get started? So we're going to cover all of that tonight in our Facebook Live. And if you have other questions for us throughout our broadcast tonight, please feel free to drop us a message in the comment area below. And we have VHCC advisors standing by there with me on the broadcast. And if you have questions, they can answer them for you right here tonight in the comment box while you're watching. I think Rachel Law and Michael McBride are also tuned in out there in Facebook land. So we've got a whole team of people waiting to help you if you have any special questions. And because we don't do these things without giving something away, we're going to give away tonight a $250 gift card for you to Best Uniforms in Bristol. Now, if you're wondering why do we give away a gift card to Best Uniforms, it's because that's where you can get the uniform you need for your nursing education. So how about that? If you think you're going to be a nurse and you want to come to Virginia Highlands, we'll help you, or you may win a gift card tonight to get your uniform at a greatly discounted or maybe even free. I don't even know what a nursing uniform costs. We'll just assume that you can get all the uniforms you want. At Best Uniform in Bristol, $250. We're going to give that away to some lucky viewer tonight. So stay tuned, and in just a few minutes, I'm going to tell you how you can enter to win that gift card by watching tonight. So Best Uniforms in Bristol, thanks for participating. Before we go any further, though, and this is one of my favorite things to do in these Facebook Live broadcasts, we're going to bring in one of my teammates, one of our amazing faculty members, to join me on the screen. And tonight, I'm joined by Joanne Price. Joanne is a member of the VHCC family, started her journey as a nurse several decades ago, right here at Virginia Highlands as a student. She's a wife, a mother, a grandmother, and she's our associate professor of nursing. And, interesting tidbit, she is almost done with her doctorate degree, so soon she'll become Dr. Joanne Price. But I'm so glad she's part of the VHCC team. Welcome, Joanne. Are you out there somewhere? Can you hear me?
I am. Thank you, Dr. Hutchison. It's a pleasure to be tonight.
I am so glad that you're on this broadcast with me, because I don't think I know anybody personally who may know more about nursing at Virginia Highlands than you do, because you started your nursing career at Virginia Highlands. Well, I won't tell anybody how long ago, but one of my favorite parts about your story is that you didn't even begin nursing school until a little later in life. You were in your 30s, I think. So what would you tell somebody who might be watching tonight and says, well, I'm too old to get started in college, and I don't know if I'm up for going back to school to be a nurse? What would you tell them?
I would say that you can do it. I did it. I loved it. And anybody can do it. It's definitely challenging. It's a very rigorous program, but with determination and dedication, you can do it. Yes, I was in my mid 30s. I had my family, I had aging parents, I had all of that family stuff in between, but I was driven to become a nurse. And I had a quote that I carried around with me. And that quote was, if you have a plan and it doesn't work, you don't, you change the plan, but you don't change your goal. And I did not change my goal. I went forward even at mid-age and decided that I was going to enter and enroll at Virginia Highlands in the nursing program. They had a great program then, and they have an awesome program now. And it is designed to help you every step of the way through everything that you need to do, through navigating the financial end of it and preparing you for the TEAS test.
Joanne, I'd love hearing more about your story. And you're like the poster person for Virginia Highlands Nursing. And you're right. Anybody can do it, and we're going to help them get to the finish line. So this is a great spot, perfect segue, Joanne, into our Nurse Ready program. And so just like the name suggests, Virginia Highlands has a plan to get you ready to enter our VHCC nursing program. We'll even help you apply to the program. So for the man or woman who says, I want to be a nurse, you can join for free our Nurse Ready program, and that gives you a personal coach who is your go-to person for every question you have as you ready yourself for a career as an LPN or RN. It's like signing up for a personal coach and it didn't cost you anything. It's a guide, helper, a Sherpa to get you to the finish line of your nursing career. So that gives me an opportunity to introduce our Nurse Ready coach, and that's Rachel Law. Let's see, Rachel, are you out there on the screen? I think her face is on the screen. You should be able to see Rachel. That's Rachel Law. She's our Nurse Ready coach. She has a Master of Science degree and counselor education from Radford. She's an incredible colleague, and she frankly knows more about how to get people into a nursing program than maybe even the nurses know about how to get into a nursing program. And she can't wait to help you navigate the process of application and preparation, and she can answer all those questions for you so that when you start your nursing program, you'll be nurse ready. All right. Where am I going next? Oh, here we go. Listen up. We talked about the $250 gift card. I got to get back to the gift card because we want to give that away. So if you're watching tonight and thinking, I don't really know if this is what I want to do, I kind of want to be in a nursing profession, but I'm not 100% sure, then we would love for you to sign up. Again, no obligation and for free. We'd love for you to sign up in our Nurse Ready program and hook up with Miss Rachel Law so she can guide you through the process. If you sign up for the Nurse Ready program, you'll gain access to a coach who will be able to work with you and answer those questions all along the way. We'll just send you some information, connect you with Rachel, and she'll be your personal coach. We'll also invite you to periodic Zoom informational sessions. We'll provide application assistance, including TEAS test prep. Don't worry about TEAS test. We'll talk about that in a second. You'll get access to a private Facebook group. And in the chat area right below, we're going to drop a link on how you can sign up for that Nurse Ready program. And if you sign up today, you'll be entered to win that $250 gift card to Best Uniform in Bristol. So signing up today, clicking that link and saying, hey, I'm interested in the Nurse Ready program, will give you access to Rachel Law, a private Facebook group, a whole bunch of prep stuff to get you ready for the nursing program, and you may win a $250 gift card from Best Uniform in Bristol. So, what a deal. Sign up today if you're thinking about nursing. Let us get you connected to Rachel Law so that you can have a personal coach at every step. All right. Now, we were talking a minute ago to Joanne Price. Is Joanne still there? Are you with me, Joanne?
I still am here.
Oh, good. Okay, sorry about the commercial. I'm trying to give away $250. But now that you're back, while our friends are signing up to get more information and to possibly win that gift card, I want to start off with a question for you. And so I'll make it easy, Joanne. If you could tell our viewers 3 or 4 things about nursing at Virginia Highlands Community College, what would you tell them?
The first thing I would tell them is that we have an incredible program here. It's well established and it's well respected. And Virginia Highlands has been training nurses for 3 decades, and we have some of the best nursing faculty around. I want to take a minute, though, to say thank you for the relationship and the supports that we have from our friends at Ballad Health and the other regional health practices and facilities that support our program and help our program to be successful. So I do want to say that. Second of all, we have one of the highest NCLEX pass rates, and we're consistent with that. And that's a huge deal because that gets our students ready for their success when they graduate. Fourthly, I would like to emphasize that our program has a growing number of male graduates. And we often think of nursing as being a woman's career. And there's 75% of the nurses in America are women. But we have more men that are entering into the nursing practice. In fact, one of our recent male graduates, Raymond Lucchini, recently won the Daisy Award at Ballad Health. Another great thing I wanted everybody to know is that the educational commitment is so very short. If you want to become a practical nurse, you're looking at only 9 months. And if you want to become an RN, you're looking at 2 years. And lastly, we have a full-time and a part-time evening weekend option in our program.
So students can really come in both in part-time and full-time. You mentioned the amount of time it takes. So let's cover that again, because that was really incredible. It takes how long to become a nurse? Say that again.
LPNs can become a nurse in 9 months, and the RNs can become a nurse in 2 years.
There is a part-time evening and weekend option. There's a full-time student option. We've got terrific job placement. We've got amazing partners like Ballad Health and other physicians in our local area. It's a growing field for men and women. And we've got these amazing faculty, among them are you, but we've got a whole group of amazing faculty and amazing facilities, including our simulation lab. On and on it goes. It's just a great opportunity for people that might be interested in working in the healthcare industry. The stability, the great pay, the wonderful career, the opportunity to really help people. And you can get started right here at Virginia Highlands Community College. It's amazing. All right, Joanne, you mentioned Raymond Lucchini. I don't want to lose Raymond. I think we've got him here on the screen. There's Raymond. Raymond is a recent graduate of Virginia Highlands Community College. And here's what's really exciting for us. Raymond was recently recognized as an extraordinary nurse when he received Ballad Health's coveted Daisy Award. The Daisy Award is a recognition of just an excellent and outstanding nurse. We're incredibly proud of Raymond, and he represents a growing number of men in nursing, and he's having great success. He's got a terrific story, by the way. Raymond, and I've heard him tell this story, took a little while to figure out what he wanted to do as well. In fact, before he chose nursing, he had 3 other college degrees before deciding to become a nurse, and he got his degree here at Virginia Highlands Community College, and he's since gone on to work for Ballad, and he's just really found his passion, and he's received recognition for that. I mentioned the Daisy Award, a really special thing. We're so proud of Raymond. Pretty amazing. This was my first pinning ceremony this last May, Joanne. You remember how amazing that was in the middle of all the pandemic. We decided we really wanted to recognize these nurses. And so we couldn't have our normal pinning ceremony, but you, Joanne, and our other amazing faculty, and Dr. Beth Wright, the the dean of the nursing department, we put our heads together and we figured out how to have it in a parking lot, kind of a drive-in nursing ceremony. And we had the chance to meet our students and their families, and everybody was socially distanced with their own family units in their own cars. And we got to see them celebrate with their families. So for many of our students, just like you did, Joanne, attended nursing school while having children at home. It was just really special to see them celebrate with their family. And I think we've got Jessica Hadley on the screen there. Just heard about your journey through nursing school. And you guys are like living proof of nursing school, aren't you? Are you excited for Mama? Aren't you really proud of her? Isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
Okay, so Mom's a hero, right? Because she's a nurse. Isn't that great? I'm really proud of her too. Way to go. That's incredible. So, how does it feel to get to this point in the whole journey and get to the end?
Awesome. I never thought I'd made it.
Never thought you made it. What are you gonna do with all your free time now?
I don't
I'm just
know.
kidding. I'm just
I'm
kidding.
still studying for the ink plate, so you know, but yeah.
Look, we're so proud of you. We really are. And all of you. Really proud of you guys too. Were there some nights that Mom was sitting at the kitchen table studying? You remember some nights like that? Some.
Every night.
Every night?
Yeah.
Every night?
Every night.
Did you guys help Mom study? No? She had to do it on her own, huh? Yeah. Well, you know, even though she studied on her own, I have a feeling that you were a big inspiration to her, right?
I'm even more proud of her. I worked second shift while she was going to school.
Wow.
So I was at work while she was at home cooking, cleaning, and studying.
Incredible. Well, thank you. For what an incredible story to look back at how Jessica persevered. 3 small kids in the car, and those kids saw Mom succeed. As a nurse, you heard her husband say they worked split shifts and off shifts so that they could have a family life, and she worked really hard. I'm so proud of her. It was really special to get to celebrate the nurse pinning ceremony this May with Jessica. Incredibly proud of her. And if anybody can relate to Jessica's challenge, it's Ashley Barracchio. Ashley graduated in 2019. She's also a mom who came to college later in life, decided she wanted to be a nurse. She's got an amazing story. In fact, she was our 2019 graduation speaker. And a few days ago, I had a chance to catch up with Ashley via Skype or Zoom. I don't even know what kind of tool we were using, but I got to have a video chat with Ashley and hear more about her story. Thank you so much for joining us. We're talking nursing, and we're talking Virginia Highlands Community College nursing. And Ashley, you're like the world's best example of what can happen when a student finds their way to a community college and through nursing and then finds a great career. So why don't you tell us what you're doing now? You're a Highlands graduate. What are you doing in your job?
Yes, so I'm actually working on the floor that I did clinicals on when I was a Virginia Highlands student. I was part of the DEU program, and I did 2 semesters on 4 West, and I accepted a position there before graduation, and I've been there for over a year now. It's a renal pulmonary floor. Shout out to 4 West. I work with a lot of great nurses, some of whom actually work here in education, like Robin Keeley. She's adjunct for you all, and she is such a great example. A lot of great nurses up there.
Robin's terrific. And how special is it to be able to work where you were doing your clinical side? That's just a really neat transition. I'm sure that made it kind of easier for you to move from being a student right into your career.
It did. It did. Actually, you know, they talk about getting job ready before graduation, and it was a really easy transition. I interviewed with the clinical leader on the floor that I did clinicals on, and she offered me a position, and I started. We graduated Friday. I started Monday in my orientation.
That's wonderful. That makes me so happy. All right, let's talk a little bit about your educational experience and your educational journey. We were talking earlier off camera, and you were sharing a little bit of your story that I know our viewers will want to hear. Your path was not a traditional or even a straight line, really, was it?
Absolutely not. So it's not always easy going back to school. I went to college right out of high school at East LA Community College, and it just didn't work out for me. I completed 1 semester, and life just kind of got in the way. I moved. I restarted at Copper Mountain College in Joshua Tree, California. I did another semester there. Things didn't work out. I moved, fast forward, several years, being a stay-at-home mom, had 3 children, and decided to come back here to Virginia Highlands to finally make that nursing dream come true.
Now, nobody makes it on their own. You talked a little bit about your family, and I know that they were cheerleaders for you in the background, and there was lots of home support. But when you got to Virginia Highlands, you found some good help here too, didn't you?
Absolutely. The nursing staff here, or the, administrators and the educators here, they're such cheerleaders and proponents of your education. They want everybody to succeed, and they really go out of their way to make sure that you're understanding material, and they do everything they can for you here. They're such a great team, and they're so for education and new nurses. It's wonderful.
It is they're an amazing team. They do a wonderful job of caring for students. Let's talk a little bit about what it means to be a nurse, especially if perhaps, like in your case, you've been getting back into school. What was that like? There were some challenges perhaps academically or other things like that. Were you able to find all the resources you needed at Virginia Highlands?
Absolutely. We have a great library here. There's so many different resources, so many different staff that can help. Tim and Bethany in the sim lab, they're wonderful, and they are so full of information, and so, adept at their profession that you're able to find the information, find the resources, and not just nursing staff. I think even just with my prerequisite classes, my general education, they are so wonderful in helping you meet your goals as well.
That's great. Now, this isn't the end of your journey either. A little birdie told me that you've decided to continue your education. Talk about what you're doing next.
Yeah, so I really didn't think I would go back to school because, as nursing students can tell you, it's pretty rough. It's tough to get through nursing school, and a lot of people feel burnt out. And I was certainly one of those people that felt like I wasn't going to go back to school. However, I'm a year into nursing, and I've decided to go back. So I'm actually in my first semester at King University for my bachelor's degree, with the hopes that I'll go on to their master's program and do FNP.
That is wonderful. Ashley, we are so proud of you. What an incredible journey, and that you've let us be a part of your journey is a real honor for us. I can't tell you how excited we are for your success, and I know that your family, I can only imagine it's been such a change for them too. I mean, for your kids to see mom studying at the kitchen table career and you're back in school again, what an adventure for them.
We all do homework together.
That's wonderful. Thank you for spending a few minutes with us today. Look, if Ashley can do it, you can do it too. Ashley, thanks for spending time with us. We're so proud of you. Stay in touch with us here at VHCC.
Absolutely. Can't wait to see you guys at VRMC.
All right, we are back. What a treat to catch up with Ashley and to hear about Jessica Hadley too. Those are just two wonderful examples of students who came back to Virginia Highlands Community College a little bit later in life and chose nursing. And with the great support of our faculty and staff and the institution, they were able to finish and get great jobs, and you can too. So I told you we would answer 5 questions tonight as we go through our time together. And the first one is, what does it take to become a nurse? Now, before we answer that question, take a deep breath. I want to remind you that you don't have to go through this journey alone. In fact, Virginia Highlands has a Nurse Ready program to guide you through the process. So as you listen to us answer the questions tonight and you think about those application criteria, please don't be overwhelmed. We'll walk with you all the way through the process. So if you'll just connect with us, we'll connect you to our Nurse Ready coach, and you'll be well on your way. Now, what does it take to become a nurse? Joanne, are you there? Can you help me answer that question? What does it take to become a nurse?
I can help you answer that question. If you want to become a CNA, it is as simple as applying to Virginia Highlands. There's no extra criteria other than having a high school diploma or GED. Because it's a great way to get your feet wet, so to speak, to see if nursing is what you want to do. If you want to have a career as an LPN or an RN, you need to think of it as being with 2 steps. First, you need to apply to the college, and then you must apply to be accepted into that specific program. To apply to either the practical nurse or the RN program, you will need the following. You will need a high school diploma or a GED. You will need proven competency in science, English, and math. Okay, now let's pause. Before you hyperventilate, you don't need to worry. There are numerous ways to prove competencies in these areas. That's where our nurse ready coach comes in. She'll show you how to do that. And if you don't already have it, she will help you get there. You need a minimum GPA of 2.0 from your most recent institution. And the practical nurse applicants must have a minimum score of the 40th percentile on their T's. And the RN applicants must have a minimum score of 45 on their T's.
All right. Now, Joanne, let's pause right there for just a second. For those who may not know anything about the testing process, you just mentioned a test called the T's test. And when you hear that word, it could make maybe make a few people nervous, especially if it's been a few years since they've been in school, or maybe they've not had as much formal higher ed as they would like. So why don't you take just a second and explain what the T's test is?
Okay, the TEAS test, which it's spelled T-E-A-S, it stands for the Test of Essential Academic Skills, and it is designed specifically to assess a student's preparedness for entering the health science fields. It judges the areas such as reading and math and science, English, and the language use. But again, here is the good news. With our Nurse Ready program, we point you towards preparing for this TEAS. And you will have a coach who will direct you on preparing for that TEAS.
Okay. And if they don't do as well as they would like to do on the TEAS test the first time, can they take it again?
Yes. They can take it 3 times per year. So you have more opportunities than just one to pass that test.
Fantastic. That's great. Amazing to have a coach like Rachel give you guidance and then to have extra chances just in case you need it. But I'm confident that the students will do great on that. Now, question number 2. How do I pay for college? What does it cost to become a nurse? Let's see. We don't want to overwhelm anybody with too many details, but here we go. $157 a credit hour. That's how much. That's the tuition rate. Still the best deal in town. You will not find a more affordable way to go to college than Virginia Highlands Community College. About 75% of our nurses receive some kind of financial aid, and many of these students go tuition free thanks to Pell Grant. And we have nearly a dozen nurse-specific scholarships here at Virginia Highlands Community College. So if you're one of those people who says, look, I don't think I could ever afford to go back to college, I don't think I could afford to go and study to become a nurse, but I really want to, here's my answer for you. Go see Rachel Law. Sign up, connect with our Nurse Ready program, and she'll guide you not only on how to apply, but all of these other elements as well. How to make sure your financial aid application is processed appropriately, how to apply for the scholarships and what the timing of all of those things are. So make sure you do that. And Rachel knows 2 other of my teammates, and they're there on your screen. That's Josh Greenwell and Julie Johnson. They are financial aid experts, and our Nurse Ready coach will connect you with Josh and Julie either over the phone or in person or even a video conference if we need to do that. They'll give you all the help you need to help you figure out how to afford college. Listen, please don't think you can't afford college. The truth is, higher ed is more affordable than ever, and you can do it. We're here to help you. So, Joanne, what do you think? Am I right? Can they afford to go to college?
They can afford to go to college, absolutely. Now, at the top of the broadcast, you mentioned that we're giving away $250 gift card to those who sign up for our free Nurse Ready program. So we are getting ready to drop that link down into the comments section. And if you haven't had an opportunity to sign up, this is a great opportunity for you right now to sign up for that Nurse Ready program.
Absolutely. Doesn't obligate you to anything. It just connects you with Rachel Law. It may give you an opportunity to get a gift card to Best Uniform there in Bristol and be well on your way. Now, we're going to jump to question number 3 now, Joanne, and this is where I really need your help. We've talked about what it takes to apply. We've talked about, can I afford it? But here's the part where I sometimes get stuck. There are different kinds of nurses, and they all have different initials. Can you explain the difference between a CNA, an LPN, and an RN for somebody like me?
Sure, I'll be happy to. First of all, I want to say that this is the year for nurses. I mean, it has come to the forefront. So all of our programs, our CNAs, our LPNs, and our RNs are going to be on the front line of healthcare. They're the frontline workers.
Mm-hmm.
CNA is a certified nursing assistant, and they assist with direct hands-on patient care. They work with vital signs. They report behaviors to the nurse and to the medical staff, and they help the patients with their mobility needs, getting them up and taking care of them. The TEAS test is not required, and there is no prerequisites of courses to become a CNA. At Virginia Highlands, your training is only a semester long to obtain that CNA. Okay, now we're going to move to the LPN.
Okay.
And the LPN is a practical nurse who is licensed, and the licensed practical nurse provides patient-centered medical care, just as all healthcare providers do. Their skills are going to include anything from vital signs to inserting NG tubes. Of course, exact skills for the LPN will vary from state to state and from facility to facility, depending on how the facility or practice utilizes their LPNs. A great benefit, though, of our practical nursing training is that your education is 9 months long and you go straight into the workplace. Plus, successful completion of the PM program qualifies our graduates to take the NCLEX for their licensed practical nurse. Many of our RNs start out as LPNs so that they can get into work quicker, and then they come back and they will bridge with their LPN to RN bridge program here at Virginia Highlands. Mm-hmm. As an RN, you receive an Associate of Applied Science in Nursing degree, which qualifies the graduate to take the NCLEX RN. RNs are able to perform many specialized care. They administer meds, they perform diagnostic tests, they can interpret results. They have just a very diverse gamut of things that they can do. They oversee staff. They can help establish care plans.
So among all of those, which one pays the most, Joanne?
The RN will pay the most.
Okay. All right. And the RN takes 2 years.
Yes.
And the LPN, the LPN takes 2 semesters. That's about 9 months.
9 months.
And the CNA takes one semester. I got that right?
Yes, you did. You did
all
very
right.
well.
Now, what about the person who says, man, that's a lot of options. I don't know if I want to be an LPN or an RN. What advice would you give somebody who's not sure which one to pick?
Sign up for our Nurse Ready program, meet with Rachel Law, and she will be able to listen to your unique circumstances and help direct you to which program works for you.
Yeah, we keep coming back to that Nurse Ready program, and that really is the gateway into any nursing program here at Virginia Highlands Community College. And the best part is it's a guided help system. You won't fall through the cracks. You won't get lost in the shuffle. Somebody's there to help you with all the complexities or all the things that might feel overwhelming. We'll walk with you all the way to the end. Sign up for that Nurse Ready program. It'll get you to whatever pathway you want to choose. Now, Joanne, I think we've already answered this fourth question, but I'll ask it anyway. Is there a successful career at the end of a nursing education at Virginia Highlands?
Absolutely. You will find a job. Our graduates, we have 100% of our nurses that graduate find jobs. There are facilities that are fighting over our graduates.
100% placement. All right, so I'm just going to say it again because it's amazing. Every one of our graduates from our nursing program has a job waiting for them, right?
Yes, they do.
And for the students who choose our nursing program, that's really the goal, is to find meaningful employment in the healthcare business, and they can find that through Virginia Highlands Community College. Now, before we answer one more question, I want to give everybody an opportunity, one last chance, to get into the drawing for that $250 gift card. We're going to drop the link one more time in the comments below. So sign up and you'll receive more information about how to participate in our Nurse Ready program. Don't forget about Nurse Ready. That connects you to our coach, Rachel Law. It gives you access to a private Facebook group. It connects you to private sessions of mentoring and prep time to help connect you to things like financial aid, scholarships, find out more about the TEAS test. All of the above. Doesn't cost you anything to have that personal guide through the process. Sign up at the link below, and tonight you're eligible to receive a $250 gift card. So, for the person who says, Dr. H, I'm in. You've sold me on the deal. And Joanne, you've convinced me. I want to become a nurse. What's next? What would you tell them, Joanne?
The first step, again, is to join our Nurse Ready program because you'll have access to your personal coach. They'll keep you informed of your deadlines. They'll make sure that you meet the application deadline. They will prepare you for the TEAS test. And there's a host of other opportunities that they can cover for you.
So, you know, we talked a little bit about the differences between the programs, and you mentioned earlier that the criteria to apply is kind of a two-step thing. Can you refresh our memory on how that works about the application process?
If you plan to become an LPN or an RN, you want to go ahead and get started on those certain prereq courses that you need to take to begin the program. That's the important thing. And then the first stage would be meeting those criteria to apply. And then you want to complete those prereqs for that to begin the program. But again, the good news is if you get started right now, you have time. You can take the courses. You can take one, or you can even take several of them at a time over the course of the next 6 to 9 months.
All right. And in fact, if you're considering a program, considering the LPN or the RN program that have those academic prerequisites, it's not even too late this fall to take some of those classes. We have 7-week courses starting on October 20th, so 3 weeks away from now. And I'm less than 2 weeks away. Our 7-week courses, you can sign up, and we have just enough time to get you started with financial aid. So if you're thinking, wow, I'm watching this broadcast and Joanne's talking about the prerequisites, I wonder if it's too late. The answer is no, it's not too late. We have a new set of classes opening on October 20th. Contact us in the chat box below or sign up for the Nurse Ready program. We'll walk you through the financial aid process. We'll walk you through the registration process. And you can get started in 2 weeks from now. It's that easy to begin.
Dr. Hutchison, I would like to put a real quick plug in for dual enrollment.
Yes, tell me more.
For students who are still in high school and they're watching this broadcast, you might want to begin your nurse prerequisites before you start coming to Virginia Highlands. So you can get in that dual enrollment program at your high school and you can work on those courses early. That means that a student could graduate from high school and have all of their nursing prereq courses completed, completely finished, and that's a pretty good deal.
Oh, it's a great deal. They save a bunch of time and money. That's fantastic. In fact, I think we have a picture of one of our dual enrollment nursing graduates. There she is. You just have to trust me behind that mask. That's really her. That's Macy Leland on the screen. Macy is a travel nurse who graduated from our nursing program, went on to King University and got her Bachelor of Science in Nursing. She had a great head start at VHCC because she took advantage of dual enrollment in high school, saving a lot of time and a lot of money. So high school student, first time in college student, adult returning to college, look, anybody can become a nurse. You can start here at Virginia Highlands and we'll get you to the finish line. Joanne, it's always a treat for me to get to be with you. Thanks for spending time with me tonight. You're a great co-host. I'm so glad you're joining me because you know a lot about our nursing programs and I just know enough to read the cue cards. So thanks for joining me.
Dr. Hutchison, thank you for having me. And I also want to say thank you for being a great leader for us here at Virginia Highlands.
Oh, you're very kind. I get to work with amazing people like our nursing faculty. You've seen some of them tonight on the comments below. Michael McBride's in there. We've seen other teammates that are logging in. They're all here to help you. I think I saw Dr. Wright, who's the interim dean of our nursing programs. She was on the Facebook comments a minute ago. We love our students. We love our faculty. Listen, if you've never seen the program here at Virginia Highlands Community College, or you're kind of scratching your head after tonight saying, well, it sounds good, but what does it actually do? What does it look like? I wholeheartedly recommend connect with us in the chat box tonight. We'll connect you with our Nurse Ready coach. We'll walk you through the whole thing if you want to come tour the facility, see our sim lab, if you want to talk to other students, or even hear from some of our employers about the job opportunities. All of that's available to you, and you can get started, well, in 2 weeks here at Virginia Highlands Community College. Now, a couple of dates I want to make sure you have tucked away. On November 1, 2020, that's just about 3 weeks away, our new online nursing program application goes live. You'll be able to apply online. On March 15th, so that's fast forward into the spring, will be the deadline to apply for early acceptance into our registered nurse program. That's the associate degree program. And then on April 15th is the deadline to apply for the licensed practical nurse program. So there's some deadlines out there. If you're thinking about nursing, plan now. Now, I don't want to jump too far forward. Remember, November 1st is when that new online application goes live, and you can start taking prerequisite classes in October. So in just a couple of weeks, our 7-week sessions, you can sign up for those 5 prerequisite classes and get those things knocked out and be ready when the application goes live in November. You can apply and we can see that you're already taking those classes. You'll be well on your way towards early acceptance. Connect with us tonight. Let us plug you into our system and make sure that you've got a great coach to guide you through the process. As we close, I want to remind you that you can become a nurse. You really can. It's an incredible profession with lots of opportunity for career advancement. It really is a career that grows with you, and you're helping people every step of the way. As Joanne mentioned, this really has been the year of the nurse. As a pandemic has hit our region, but also the country and truly around the world, the people at the front lines who have provided critical care and have helped men and women recover is our nursing faculty and our nursing students and our nursing graduates. It's the people who support the healthcare system in the United States. You can be a part of that, have a meaningful career, and really help people. Last week, I had the opportunity to talk with Linda Shepard. Linda is the Chief Nursing Officer at Ballad Health, and she had wonderful things to say about nursing in general, nursing at Virginia Highlands Community College, and nursing as a profession. So as we end that broadcast, end our broadcast here tonight, we're going to leave you with a clip from that interview, but a shout out and a hoorah and a thank you to all of those frontline nurses who are taking care of COVID-19 patients all around the world and taking care of our regular healthcare needs. I'm so grateful for you. A special shout out to my aunt and my brother-in-law and my daughter-in-law, who are all nurses. I'm so proud of you and so thankful for you and what you're doing to take care of all of us. So from us here at Virginia Highlands Community College, have a great night. Thank you for joining us. We can't wait for you to start here. If you and I met on the sidewalk here in Abingdon and we're walking in opposite directions and I stop and I say, Linda, how do I get started, or should I be, or what are some things I might consider about nursing? How do I get into a field like this? You seem to be happy. What would you tell them?
Oh, I would very aggressively help them understand how they can get into those avenues. And part of that is, really looking into your area, like Virginia Highlands. So you all have an excellent school and an excellent program. Looking at those, understanding what best fits for them, they can contact the hospital. I all the time field calls, and so I'm happy to talk to anyone. Nursing has been a great career for myself. I can't imagine doing anything else, and having had the ability to do so many diverse things has kept me interested and energetic, and the ability to perpetuate that on someone else and to help these younger students and nurses grow up and mature in their careers are something that's so exciting for me, and like to be